I asked Ryan to tear out all the old suspension first.
The roar of custom engines, the sparkle of polished chrome, the genius of Ekstensive Metal Works. Texas Metal showed us a world of dreams built on wheels. But what if the cameras missed the darkest turns, the hidden struggles, and the shocking fates of the very stars who brought these incredible machines to life? Bill Carlton. The world of custom cars and reality television often seems like a place of endless shine and success. For years, Bill Carlton stood at the very center of this glamorous world. He was the main man, the creative force, and the charismatic face behind Ekstensive Metal Works, the shop that became famous on the hit show Texas Metal. Fans knew Bill for his incredible custom car builds, his sharp eye for design, and his strong leadership in the garage. His reputation was built on hard work and innovation, transforming ordinary vehicles into rolling works of art that left people stunned. He was seen as a legend in the custom car world, a true visionary who could make any automotive dream come true. Then, in 2022, a bombshell dropped that shook the entire automotive community and left fans reeling. Bill Carlton was arrested. The news spread like wildfire, creating a wave of shock and disbelief. The charges against him were serious, and what made it even more unsettling was the mention of a family member being involved. This was a side of Bill Carlton that no one had ever seen, a stark contrast to the hard-working family man image he projected on television. The questions began to pile up. What really happened? What was going on behind the scenes at Ekstensive Metal Works that could lead to such a dramatic turn of events? The silence from the network and the production team only added to the mystery, fueling more questions and leaving fans to wonder about the future of their favorite custom car show. As the dust settled, more information about Bill Carlton's arrest began to surface, though many details remained shrouded in mystery. The police report for his arrest in October 2022 carried the case number 22-11-14796 and was filed in Montgomery County, Texas. While the exact charges were not fully laid out in public statements from the show or network, various reports hinted at a deep hidden truth, calling it a dirty secret. It became clear that the case was related to domestic violence. This revelation was a profound shock to those who admired Bill for his public persona. It showed a side of him that was far from the polished, confident builder seen on screen. So what is the current situation for Bill Carlton, the one from Texas Metal, as we look at 2025? Despite the shocking arrest in 2022 and the serious accusations that came with it, it appears the legal process related to that incident is now behind him. This means that Bill Carlton, known to fans of Texas Metal, is not in jail in 2025. He has continued to be active, even attending events as recently as 2024. Furthermore, new episodes of Texas Metal featuring Bill Carlton continued to air in 2024. This ongoing presence in the public eye and on the show confirms that his 2022 arrest, while a major controversy, did not result in a long-term prison sentence that would keep him off the screen or out of his shop. From the legal battles and unanswered questions surrounding Bill Carlton, we now turn to a story of unimaginable loss, a tragedy that struck another beloved member of the Texas Metal family with sudden and devastating force. John Burgess. John Burgess was a vital part of the Texas Metal team, a man whose skills were just as important as the metalwork itself. He was known as the interior guru, the artist who made sure the inside of those custom cars was just as stunning and perfect as the outside. John brought a special touch to every project, ensuring that the luxurious seats, the detailed dashboards, and every stitch of upholstery met the high standards of Ekstensive Metal Works. Beyond his incredible talent, John was a person who radiated warmth and joy. He was famous for his big, boisterous laugh, his loving nature, and a fantastic sense of humor that could light up any room he entered. He had a way of making everyone feel welcome, treating friends and neighbors as if they were family, never meeting a stranger. His presence was a source of light and happiness for everyone around him. Before he became the interior expert on Texas metal, John Burgess had a life filled with interesting turns and a deep commitment to serving others. Born in Waco, Texas on February 26, 1986, he graduated from China Spring High School in 2004. But his path was far from typical. John actually attended the famous Le Cordon Bleu Culinary School, showing a passion for creation that extended beyond cars. He worked as a chef in some truly remarkable places, including the beautiful Yellowstone National Park lodges, and even a very fancy Michelin 2-star restaurant in southern Italy. Later in life, after he married his beloved wife, Julia Anderson, John's desire to help people led him down a different path. He joined Julia's family business and became a fully licensed funeral director, a role where he supported families through their darkest times of grief. It was a profound shift from the culinary world, showing his deep compassion. Not stopping there, he also worked hard to become a financial advisor and an accredited asset management specialist, eventually opening his own branch office of Edward Jones in Porter, Texas, in the fall of 2023. John was always looking for ways to serve his community, whether it was helping families navigate loss or plan for their financial future. He even served on the board of directors for Camp Allen and was president-elect of the East Montgomery County Rotary Club, receiving many awards for his achievements. His life was a testament to his loving nature and commitment to helping others, making his later loss even more heartbreaking. The year 2025 brought an unimaginable tragedy to the Texas metal family and the wider community. On the early morning of July 4, 2025, a day meant for celebration, John Lewis Burgess IV, his wife Julia Walsh Anderson Burgess, and their two young sons, John Jack Lewis Burgess V, aged 5, and James Littleton Burgess, just 21 months old, were tragically caught in devastating floods in Kerr County, Texas. They had been camping peacefully on the banks of the Guadalupe River, enjoying the holiday, when disaster struck with terrifying speed. The river, normally a calm presence, suddenly rose by an astonishing 26 feet in less than an hour, turning into a raging torrent that swept away everything in its path. This sudden and overwhelming force of nature left no time for escape, trapping families in their RVs and cabins. The peaceful holiday retreat transformed into a scene of chaos and horror, with people screaming for help as the floodwaters crashed around them. As the floodwaters raged, John Burgess showed incredible bravery in his final moments. Eyewitnesses at the Blue Oak RV Park described a heartbreaking scene. John was seen holding tight to a tree, desperately trying to cling to his babies, Jack and James, as the powerful water surged around them. It was a heroic, yet ultimately tragic, last effort to save his family from the river's fury. Despite his valiant struggle, the overwhelming force of the flood swept them all away. In the agonizing days that followed, the bodies of John and Julia were found, bringing a painful confirmation of their loss. However, the grief was compounded by another layer of sorrow. Their two young sons, Jack and James, remained missing. Their bodies had not yet been recovered, even by the time of the funeral service, leaving an unbearable void for their loved ones. Amidst this profound tragedy, there was a small glimmer of hope, a miracle in the midst of despair. John and Julia's eldest child, 8-year-old Jenna Lacey Burgess, survived the catastrophic flooding. She was spared because she had been at a different camp that was not heavily impacted by the rising waters. This meant that while she was safe, she was left to face the unimaginable pain of mourning the loss of her parents and her two young brothers. The family's dog, Daisy, also survived the flood and now provides comfort to Jenna. The tragic loss of John Burgess and his family sent shockwaves through their community and beyond. The news profoundly saddened their family, countless friends, and neighbors in Liberty, Texas. Tributes and condolences poured in from all corners for John, Julia, Jack, and James. A funeral service was held on July 18, 2025, at St. John the Divine Episcopal Church in Houston, Texas. The service was an incredibly emotional event, made even more poignant by the presence of 4 caskets, 2 of them tragically empty, to honor the entire family, even those whose bodies had not been recovered. During the service, speakers shared fond memories, remembering John and Julia as kind, loving individuals who were always full of joy. Julia was remembered as a beloved teacher at Liberty Elementary, not far from the family's home, known for her grace, strength, and successful battle against breast cancer. John, a respected businessman and financial advisor, was praised for his boisterous laugh and his ability to light up any room. A powerful connection also emerged during this time of grief. It was revealed that John Burgess was the younger brother of well-known country singer Pat Green. This connection brought even more attention to the tragedy. Pat Green quickly organized a benefit concert to help the victims of the Texas floods, and his efforts were incredibly successful, raising over $1 million for flood relief. The community continues to rally around the surviving daughter, Jenna, offering prayers and support as she navigates this unbearable loss. As we reflect on the profound loss of John Burgess and his family, it makes us wonder about the other familiar faces from Ekstensive Metal Works. Were they spared from such dark fates, or are there more hidden stories waiting to be told? The rest of the crew, where are they now? Beyond the central figures of Bill Carlton and the late John Burgess, the heart of Texas metal beat thanks to a team of other incredibly talented individuals. These were the skilled hands and dedicated minds who helped bring Bill's ambitious visions to life, transforming raw metal into automotive masterpieces. Key members of this core team included Tim Donaldson, Jamie Dwayne Marshall, and John Villarreal Vega. These individuals appeared in many episodes of the show, consistently demonstrating their expertise in fabrication, mechanics, and various other aspects of custom car building. Their dedication was a crucial part of the show's success, making them familiar and respected faces to fans. For Tim Donaldson, who had a fascinating and varied past even before Texas Metal, there is no information indicating he is dead or in jail in 2025. His history includes serving in the Naval Reserves, working as an electrician, and even serving as a police officer in Lower Alloways Creek. He was also a business and franchise owner and an executive in the telecommunications industry, showing a life full of different experiences. The same holds true for Jamie Dwayne Marshall and John Villarreal Vega, who were also integral parts of the Ekstensive Metal Works team. They seem to be living their lives without the kind of public controversy or devastating loss that has touched other members of the show's cast. But before we look ahead, let's rewind and explore the very foundation of this automotive empire. Texas Metal. Ekstensive Metal Works, the shop at the heart of Texas Metal, was founded by Bill Carlton way back in 1994, long before the cameras started rolling. Bill grew up on the very property where the shop now stands, a place his father bought in 1976. He spent his childhood watching his dad work on trucks and cars, turning them into something special. Bill started doing the same, transforming vehicles just for fun, and by 1998, he decided to make his passion a full-time business. His shop became truly famous in 2017 when the show Texas Metal first hit the airwaves on November 7, 2017. The show was all about Bill and his talented team, showing how they designed and built the most wild and amazing custom cars and trucks you could imagine. Texas Metal ran for 7 seasons, from its start in 2017 all the way through 2024. New episodes of the 7th season were still coming out in early 2024, with the last ones airing in April. There has been a lot of talk about whether the show was canceled, especially after Bill Carlton's arrest in 2022. Some people thought the controversy might mean the end for the show. However, the show continued to air new episodes, and even in April 2025, it still had very high audience demand, meaning many people were watching it and wanted more. This strong interest suggests that even with the challenges, the show's future might not be completely over, or it could lead to new projects for the team. Behind the scenes, the show gave viewers a close look at the busy daily life inside Ekstensive Metal Works. It showed how Bill and his team took old, rusty cars, powerful muscle cars, and even huge trucks and turned them into breathtaking, high-end vehicles. There was even a special spin-off show called Texas Metal Extra that gave an even deeper look behind the scenes. This extra show featured segments like In Bill's Yard, showing his personal collection of vehicles, Tim's Drift Van, and a look inside the fabrication shop where all the custom parts are made. Bill Carlton and his team often talked in interviews about the hard work it takes to run such a famous business, solve tough problems, and finish all those amazing projects on time. But what viewers might not always see is that filming a reality car show can be tricky. Sometimes, cars might have problems after they leave the shop, like battery issues or suspension troubles because of the extreme custom work. Also, some special parts might only be put on for the big reveal on camera and then taken off later if they are not legal for driving on the road. Filming often means that scenes are shot out of order to make the show flow better, and sometimes customers don't get their finished cars right away after the TV reveal. The money made from selling the cars on the show often doesn't even cover the real cost of building them, showing that the TV show itself is a huge part of the business, not just the car sales. These behind-the-scenes glimpses show us that the world of Texas metal is more complex than it appears, filled with both incredible artistry and the tough realities of television production. And as we've seen, the lives of its stars have been just as unpredictable, leading us back to the lasting impact of their journeys. The world of Texas metal, much like the incredible custom cars they build, has seen its share of unexpected twists and turns. The future of the show and the lasting memory of its stars will forever carry the weight of these dramatic events, shaping how fans remember the custom car legends and their incredible creations.